cobblestones, ruffles, and the... Picture London, not the modern metropolis, but a city of cobblestones, ruffles, and the electric energy of the early 17th century. Theatres were the heart of entertainment, and playwrights were the celebrities of their day. Among them was Philip Massinger, a name less famous than Shakespeare, but every bit as formidable. Massinger was a dramatic poet who spun stories of passion, power, and moral dilemmas, captivating audiences with his elegant, thoughtful writing. He worked with the best acting companies, including the King's Men, and his words graced the most prestigious stages. Massinger's plays reflected the world around him, full of questions about justice, power, and what it means to be good. Today we're pulling back the velvet curtain to rediscover this brilliant, often overlooked gentleman of the stage. We'll explore his dazzling plays, his unique style, and why his work still sparkles centuries later. Forget the stereotype of dusty old playwrights. Massinger's wit and insight deserve a standing ovation. Let's begin our journey into the world of Philip Massinger. Philip Massinger was born in Salisbury in 1583, into a world of privilege and culture thanks to his father's connections with the powerful Herbert family. Surrounded by aristocratic intrigue, young Philip absorbed the subtleties of power and politics that would later fuel his plays. He attended Oxford, but left without a degree, rumour has it due to a controversial conversion to Catholicism. This bold move set him apart and may have cost him powerful patrons, but it also gave him the conviction that would define his work. Massinger moved to London, starting as a collaborator with established playwrights like John Fletcher. For years, he honed his craft behind the scenes, learning the art of storytelling for the stage. After Fletcher's death, Massinger became the leading playwright for the King's Men, stepping into the spotlight with his own voice. His plays were known for their intricate plots, eloquent language, and probing moral and political questions. Massinger wasn't just an entertainer, he was a thinker, challenging audiences to reflect on the world around them. He made his living by his pen, navigating the fierce competition and shifting tastes of Jacobean London. Massinger's journey was one of resilience, ambition, and a relentless pursuit of artistic excellence. Now let's get to the heart of Massinger's genius, his plays. He wrote or contributed to over 50, but 3 stand out: the Great Duke of Florence, the Virgin Martyr, and the Maid of Honour. Each showcases his range, from sparkling romance to profound tragedy. The Great Duke of Florence is a sophisticated romantic comedy, full of courtly intrigue and clever deceptions. The Virgin Martyr, co-written with Thomas Dekker, is a gripping tragedy of faith and sacrifice, rich with supernatural elements. The Maid of Honour blends romance, politics, and moral philosophy, presenting characters faced with impossible choices. These plays are worlds unto themselves, filled with characters wrestling with love, duty, and integrity. Massinger's writing is elegant, his themes timeless, and his insight into the human heart remarkable. Through these works, he invites us to laugh, weep, and question our own values. They are the perfect entry point to his dramatic legacy. Let's take a closer look at what makes each one unforgettable. The Great Duke of Florence is a romantic comedy with a twist, love versus duty, at the heart of the story. Young Giovanni, nephew to the Duke, falls for Lydia, his tutor's daughter, while the Duke plans a political marriage for him. The clever courtier Sannazaro discovers the secret romance and, instead of exposing it, helps the lovers by deceiving the Duke. Sannazaro's white lie is an act of kindness, showing that sometimes gentle deception can serve true love. The play explores the tension between personal happiness and political ambition, suggesting that honest love is more valuable than strategic alliances. Massinger's tone is warm and humane. There are no villains, just people navigating tricky situations. Even the Duke, who could be a tyrant, is ultimately reasonable and forgiving. The resolution is joyful. The Duke meets Lydia, is charmed, and gives his blessing. The play's charm lies in its harmony and wit, leaving audiences with a sense of hope and delight. It's a masterclass in gentle comedy and the art of happy endings. Massinger's message, love, loyalty, and kindness, can outwit even the most powerful. The Virgin Martyr plunges us into a world of faith under fire, set during the Roman persecution of Christians. Dorothea, the steadfast heroine, refuses to renounce her faith despite brutal torture by the governor, Theophilus. Massinger paints Dorothea as a beacon of purity and strength, while Theophilus is a complex antagonist, ultimately transformed by her example. Supernatural forces, an angel and a demon, heighten the drama, making the struggle between good and evil visceral. The play's most famous moment, Dorothea promises to send heavenly fruit to Theophilus, and a miracle follows, leading to his conversion. Martyrdom is depicted not as defeat, but as spiritual victory. The play's blend of human suffering and divine intervention made it a sensation in its day. It remains a powerful meditation on faith, resilience, and redemption. The Maid of Honour is Massinger's most complex exploration of love, honour, and integrity. Camiola, a wealthy noblewoman, loves Bertoldo, a knight bound by vows of celibacy. Camiola is no passive heroine. She's intelligent, principled, and takes charge of her fate. Bertoldo, though brave, is flawed, torn between ambition, love, and his broken promises. When Bertoldo is captured, Camiola pays his ransom on the condition he'll marry her, but he betrays her for a princess. Instead of seeking revenge, Camiola releases him from his promise, exposing his dishonor with quiet dignity. Disillusioned, she chooses a life of service, becoming a nun and dedicating herself to the church. The play's ending is bittersweet. Camiola's integrity triumphs, but at the cost of personal happiness. Massinger champions female strength and moral authority, a radical stance for his time. The Maid of Honour is a meditation on the true meaning of honour and the price of virtue. It's a story that lingers, challenging us to consider what we value most. What sets Massinger apart in Jacobean drama? It's his style. Clear, elegant, and rhetorically powerful. Unlike Shakespeare's wild poetry or the cynicism of his peers, Massinger's verse is measured and persuasive. He excelled at crafting debates about morality and justice, making his plays intellectual as well as emotional. Massinger focused on dramas of ideas, not just spectacle. His characters face ethical dilemmas that reveal their true selves. He placed women at the moral center, giving them agency and complexity rare for the era. Characters like Camiola are not just love interests, they are the conscience of the play. Massinger's political awareness shines through. He critiqued power and championed justice and good governance. He wasn't a revolutionary, but a reformer, advocating for a more ethical society. His plays have a seriousness and relevance that outlast many lighter comedies of the time. Massinger's unique blend of intellect, empathy, and social critique makes his work enduringly compelling. He invites us to think, feel, and question, hallmarks of great drama. Why should we care about Massinger now? Because his plays force us to slow down, listen, and think. An antidote to our fast-paced world. His language sharpens our minds and deepens our appreciation for the power of words. The dilemmas he explores, love versus duty, faith under pressure, the meaning of honor, are as relevant today as ever. Massinger's characters face choices about values, relationships, and integrity that mirror our own struggles. His plays are windows into a turbulent era, making history vivid and relatable. They offer strong, complex female characters who inspire and challenge us. Camiola and Dorothea are proactive, intelligent, and morally courageous, role models for any age. Massinger's work is a treasure trove for students, sparking discussion about timeless human questions. His plays remind us that the past is alive with voices worth hearing. Engaging with Massinger is not just an academic exercise, it's a journey into the heart of what it means to be human. His stories prove that great drama never goes out of style. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of Philip Massinger, a master of the English stage, overshadowed by Shakespeare, yes, but a star in his own right with a legacy of elegance, intelligence, and moral depth. Through comedies, tragedies, and tragicomedies, he explored the fabric of society and the complexities of the human heart. His female characters were ahead of their time, commanding respect and admiration even now. Massinger reminds us that theatre is more than entertainment. It's a forum for ideas and a mirror to society. His plays challenge us to think about justice, power, and virtue, and they still resonate today. Let's raise a glass to Massinger, a poet of moral courage, and a dramatist who deserves his encore. Bravo, Mr. Massinger. Bravo.
Hey there. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to stay updated with all my latest content, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update.